So come out and get down on the soul train.
You are listening to Aural Regions, a radio drama that recreates a character's headspace in real time.
This is the worst part.
Is it too late to back out now? I mean, I haven't checked my phone in maybe 10 minutes. Maybe cancelled. Then I won't have to do it myself. The list of plausible excuses is endless. Plausible excuses is endless. I actually forgot to wash my hair this morning. Maybe he'd buy that. Forgot to wash my hair. Excuses endless. Maybe he'd buy that. Any excuse is believable when you assume the other person doesn't want to go through with it. When you assume the other person doesn't want to go through with it. Why does this feel so forced? There's that saying, right, that you can only fall in love if your heart is open. Fall in love if your heart is open. That's bullshit. If you think like that and it could happen today. I don't really want to fall in love again. If dating wasn't forced, though, we'd all be alone. It feels so forced. It's a miracle anyone ends up together. So I guess this is necessary. The few hours that I'll spend with him can't be that unbearable, can they? I have passions for things. People enjoy being around me. I know what I say might not come off as polished banter or anecdotes that you'd hear on a late-night TV show couch, but so what? I'm an interesting person, goddammit. Unbearable polished banter. How are you ever supposed to really know, though? Kind of like the worst kissers in the world would be perfect together because they wouldn't know they're awful at kissing someone. Blissfully ignorant. But we're both just being nice by going on this date. Humoring ourselves to think this might actually spark something we haven't discovered by texting each other. Humoring ourselves undecided texting each other. And even those have left me just undecided. Anyone can compose a witty text if you give them enough time. It's hard to be that charming in person. I barely know this guy. This is supposed to be exciting, getting to know someone. This is what I was supposed to have been missing out on by being with someone. This is supposed to be exciting. It's hard to be that undecided and missing out on by being with someone. Sparks something we haven't discovered. Am I even ready to do this again? Am I even ready to fall in love again? It's only been a few weeks since I moved out. Jesus, this is what being single is about. This is fucking awful. Am I ready to do this again? This is fucking awful. Shit. I'm almost at the restaurant. What time is it? Which way is it from here? Alright. I guess this is happening. What the hell am I doing though? I only know how to be in a relationship and I wasn't even very good at that. I wouldn't be here if I was. What the hell am I doing now? Not much further now. Guess this looks familiar. I wonder if this restaurant will be any good. It's just around the corner, I think. Shit, is that him? I guess that looks like the photos from his Instagram. Try not to reference that I know he has an Instagram. Better wave. It's only as awkward as you make it. Oh, thank God he's short. It will be another 30 seconds until we are reasonably near enough to try to say something to each other. What the hell, this is so intense. Just my luck for something like this to happen. Feels like we're both moving in slow motion. We both have nowhere else to go but the restaurant. I can't take another lap around the block and psych myself up for this. Is this as awkward for him as it is for me? Why is he still smiling? A few feet yet. Okay, here it goes. This is it. Okay, this is it.
Well, that was spectacularly strange.
That's a relief. I know, I've never had this happen before, and I meet people at places all the time. Oh, of course you do. Stop making this more awkward. Almost past it. Normally you can just look down at your feet once you notice someone you recognize until you get closer. Just take natural. Then you give them a subtle wave and continue on. But this was something else.
Indeed. Well, shall we?
Hey guys, how you doing? Come in, take a seat.
So, have you been here before?
Can't say that I have. Thought this was as good a time as any to try it.
Thanks.
Everything okay? Something on there catch your eye?
There's nothing on the menu. Why didn't I check the menu online? Yeah, it's fine. He even asked.
That didn't sound very convincing. If you don't see anything on the menu you're interested in, we can go somewhere else. Honestly, not a big deal at all.
Here's my chance. It's fine. It's not.
Oh, right.
Why did I let Rachel give him my number? Why did I agree to do this? So you said you were just in New York. How was it?
Well, it feels like ages ago now, even though it was less than a week ago. Isn't that strange? Let me think. Well, it was for work, so we didn't get to do too much really. Did get to go to Central Park.
Yeah, I went last fall actually.
Not as nice as I'd imagined.
Okay, I guess he didn't hear me.
I guess it was a nice day to be there.
Why isn't there a politer way for him to stop talking other than saying shut up? What's the point of doing this if he doesn't want to actually talk?
Sorry? No, it looked like you were about to say something.
You'd know if you made eye contact while talking. I was... No, go ahead.
Anyway, the one thing I want to see...
Is that all a boyfriend is? Is that all a boyfriend is? A sounding board of what I want to hear from someone other than myself? Were we lying to each other all that time, or just most of it? Lying to each other, or just most of it? No, it's got to be more than that, right? He didn't assume I was dying when I told him I loved him unprompted, wasn't grossed out by my mouth guard at night, didn't care when I was on my period, did the chores that I didn't want to do, grossed out when I told him I loved him unprompted. More than that, though. I never said it enough. He was my best friend. He was my best friend. The first person I would speak to in the morning. Hours would pass before we said anything to each other, and we could talk for hours without noticing, never running out of things to say.
Isn't that funny how you can remember something so vividly like that and not remember what you did the Wednesday before last?
Now I'm stuck in a row of tables. Now I'm stuck in a row of tables. This would be a much better experience if they didn't cram everyone in here like sardines. I'm sitting closer to the couple sitting next to us than I am to him, and they seem to be having a better time. Help. A row of tables, sardines, I'm stuck. Help. What time do you think? What time do you think it is? How much do you think has plausibly passed? 10 minutes since we sat down. Probably realistically it's 5. When will this be over? When will this be over? What excuse can I think of that will sound believable? I've been stress sweating enough to justify
Which is where I wasn't going to let myself blabber on for this long. I normally am the worst person to tell stories in person. I'm much better in text. It is sad to me. Where was it?
You are listening to Aural Regions. That was the 7th episode called The Worst Part. The Worst Part was divided into 2 chapters, both chapters taking place in the same Dublin cafe, each presenting the headspace of a different person in the restaurant. That was Part 2. Part 2 was co-produced by J.B. Smith and myself, Brian Garcia. I also wrote and edited the episode. Lauren-Shannon Jones voiced the main character, and Danny McMahon voiced the would-be suitor. Music featured in this episode was by Cosmic Analog Ensemble. The title tag was read by Randy E. Aguebor. The cover was painted and designed by Harry Tanielyan. Special thanks to JB for collaborating with me on this episode. It truly would not exist without his help. If you'd like to find out more information about the show or even about maybe collaborating with me on a story, go to auralregions.com. That's AURAL regions.com. Thanks for listening, and we continue on with our countdown of the song.
Reclining Buddha. Thank God I'm only watching again.
Ce zici, bunătate, toate astea?
Ura, ce să zic, ce-a îndurat, s-a